I've been VTubing for about 6 months now, and I've learned some things during this. Right now we're sitting at about 184 subs and about 12,000 views across all my content on the channel. So we're going to be breaking it down month by month to see what I'm proud of and what I'd change, and any tips I have for you guys. If you're new to the channel, drop a like and subscribe. Anything really helps me on this wild ride of VTubing. So to start off, we're going to go with what I call month 0. I just want to use this time to discuss why I became a VTuber and how I did it. So for years I had always been aware of what VTubing was. I'd seen people like Gargura and Iron Mouse, but I never really got into that side of the internet myself. It wasn't until I started watching this VTuber named Kiko that I really got into it, and I found myself often watching her live streams, and then after that getting into a lot of HoloLive members. After months of thinking, I decided I wanted to give it a try. For a long time I'd been wanting to stream, but I didn't really want to use a face cam, so I found that using a VTube model seemed like the perfect way to do it. You can still interact and engage with the viewers with this model, but I didn't have to have my own face up there the whole time. So to start this, I ended up drawing this PNG, which you can see it's something, alright. I downloaded OBS and I went live. For month 1, I'm going to be combining both November and December here, just because technically my first stream was on November 30th. So within this month, I did 4 streams. At the time, I was on Twitch, and I had just made a YouTube channel that would function for me to put my VODs on. For my first stream, didn't do too well. Here are the analytics for that first stream. I streamed for just about 2 hours. I played a game called Tiny Glade before switching over to Fortnite to end the stream. In the time, you can see I had a max of 4 viewers and I only gained 1 follower. Now, for my first time, I wouldn't consider this really that bad. Most of the channels you're going to see on Twitch have quite low numbers, and this is to be expected. There's an overabundance of people streaming. Following this, the rest of the month, I typically averaged around 1 to 2 viewers and gained another follower for the month. I feel like that is pretty common unless you're doing something crazy or you're rebranding from an old account. I also started posting my videos as VODs onto YouTube. Unfortunately, there were a couple VODs I didn't get saved. Ripped my first stream and mouthwashing, but I did post what I remembered to download. So here you can see the VODs I posted at the time, and pretty much all of them got no views. As somebody just starting out, honestly, this was pretty expected to me. YouTube's not really going to be pushing this content, and I don't have any viewers already that would be coming to watch it. Probably could have changed this if I had tried to get more exposure on Twitter and Reddit. There's lots of Twitter communities and Reddit communities dedicated to small streamers and helping them grow an audience. Now, we move on to January. This was a pretty low month for my streaming. During January, we only did 1 stream. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not really sure what happened with me here. I think there was definite lack of motivation, but we can see, if you look at the analytics here, 1 stream, 1 viewer. It's easy to say it wasn't really the best stream. I was just playing some comp on Marvel Rivals, and honestly, I was getting cooked. I uploaded the VOD, and of course, again, no viewers on this. Don't really got much else to say about this month, but it really did show me that I needed to be more consistent. February is a special month. I made the decision here to switch from Twitch to YouTube, and I also got a proper model, the one that you're seeing on screen right now. During this month, we streamed 4 times, 3 on Twitch, 1 on YouTube. All the Twitch streams were pretty par for the course, you know, max 1 viewer, not really gaining any followers. But during this time, I had also been thinking I wanted to make YouTube content. I also wanted to start putting out shorts. I released 4 that month, actually. I think this is a good time to talk about why I moved to YouTube. Some of my VODs I posted had started getting views this month and building up watch time, and I was starting to get a few subscribers. My shorts were also getting views, and this was back before YouTube changed how they counted these shorts views. With me wanting to post videos, I didn't want them getting mixed in between my VODs, so I had a dilemma. If I were to post videos, they would have to go between these VODs, or I would need to make a separate VOD channel. Now, I could have made a VOD channel. That is very often what you find people do. Now, with me being so small, I personally didn't see a point in splitting up my content between so many different channels. I also really want all my content to be able to find on one channel where there's a backlog of content that any new subscriber can go back to. My original plan was to try multi-streaming, but unfortunately, my internet didn't quite like that. I was going to use this as a method to save the VODs in their own live tab on my YouTube channel without having to upload it separately after. So, multi-streaming out the window, I decided to go all in on YouTube. When I did this change, I decided to unlist all my old VODs. You can still find them here in this playlist, and we did our first YouTube live stream. Ultimately, it's about how I expected. 1 viewer, and they didn't stay for very long. At the time, I still didn't have very many subscribers, and even with some shorts that I would say popped off, YouTube definitely wasn't pushing out any of my stuff. It's also important to say that I finally got this model during that time. There's no more using that PNG before. I actually had something the audience could identify with more, and it'll be more interesting for my viewers to look at. Altogether, I would say I made some good decisions this month for myself. Even if the numbers are low, I'm still happy that I decided to go this route with YouTube. Now we get into March. Personally, I would consider this my best month, and it's not because of the analytics. I streamed a total of 6 times and dropped 3 shorts. Compared with my previous streams, this is all pretty average, only getting a couple viewers, and one of them actually even got a dislike that you can see here. I said this is my best month, and you might be wondering why. That's because I actually made some friends in this community during this. Before then, all my streams were solo, and I had taken part in any collabs before. A lot of this was due to my fear of approaching creators when I was so small. Everything changed from 2 tweets though. This tweet here is how I met my friend Lily. It's all thanks to Twitter randomly showing me this. From there, I followed Lily, and a couple days later, she tweeted out looking for people to play Phasmophobia with her. I decided maybe I'd throw my hat in the ring. To my surprise, she actually picked me. This would be how I made my first friends in the scene, and you can see us playing Phasmophobia in one of my previous streams. It's really all thanks to Lily. Later this month, I also found myself in a Minecraft server with Lily, and there were some other people that I met in there that I definitely became fast friends with, and I'm still friends with today. You can often see them in some of my live streams now. Altogether, I'd say this month was amazing for me. My biggest takeaway is to make friends. Form those connections. You gotta push away your shyness. You gotta find these friends, because this is honestly my greatest motivating factor. I love my friends, and without them I wouldn't be here. April is when I really locked in. This month we had a grand total of 14 streams and 6 shorts. Me and Lily had begun collaborating more frequently, starting our typical 1 stream a weekish with each other. I also made a big step in connecting my own personal life with my Vtubing channel. I'd finally decided to tell my close friends that I was streaming. This helped me in 2 ways. For 1, they knew why I was so busy now and sometimes I had to duck out from playing games. And 2, they would typically come by my stream and chill out with me. It's nice having them in the chat to chat with. From an analytics standpoint, I also found that this helped as it showed people were in my live stream, and someone feels more engaged to click on a stream when they see someone else is there, not that they'll be the only viewer. Throughout this month, none of my streams had less than double digits in viewing, with 1 even hitting triple digits. I also had a couple streams that really popped off, hitting 50 to 40 watch hours, which honestly to me felt like a real win. Throughout the month, I was able to hit 300 public watch hours, which is 1/10 of what I needed to hit partner. I also found that I was able to be more consistent. With the friends I had gained and my close personal friends, I really found my motivation to keep going. I also started changing how I did thumbnails. I started taking inspiration from Kiko, who I mentioned earlier. Around this time is also when YouTube changed how they count short views, and due to that, I had a couple that really popped off for me, even one hitting just about 3K views. Now this month really hammered home for me just how important consistency was. I was streaming a couple times a week and putting out a short every couple days, and I was feeling good and motivated about this. I was also seeing growth and making more friends, and being consistent in my own way, which was really good for me. And now we've caught up to May, which as I'm recording this still hasn't ended yet. At the moment, we're at 11 streams, 2 videos, and 3 shorts, and I've also crossed 100 subs. This has been the first month where I released a video, and I'm gonna be honest, I made a really big mistake when I did this. You may look at the views on this video and think, wow, that did really great, congratulations. But let's look at the audience retention. That is not good. This is where I made my mistake. I tried out YouTube's promote feature. I was curious how it would work and how it affected a video, so I paid $15 and YouTube would promote my video in places such as Canada, the USA, Indonesia, and Japan. As you can see, that did get me a lot of views on the video, but none of these people were actually sticking around to watch. This also gave me a lot more subscribers, which honestly I don't feel like I deserve them. This definitely was my greatest mistake, and if you're gonna start a channel, I highly recommend you don't use this feature. Now moving to the streaming side, not much changed. I was still hitting my average, Most streams are getting in the double digits of views, and I've had a couple that have gotten quite a few watch hours. I'm definitely going to have more streams done by the end of this month compared to April, but I've definitely slowed down on the shorts. For me, I just couldn't put out a new short every couple of days. I had a full-time job, so it was hard to keep up with editing them to go out every couple of days. I decided that cutting back down to one a week would suit me perfectly fine, and this has been working really well for me. I've definitely learned though, I need to be careful with how I title them and with any cussing in them. For example, one of my shorts recently had the word freaky in the title, and YouTube was not happy. It's only shown that short to 5 people, a record low for my shorts. Now, let's go through what I've learned in these last 6 months. My main takeaways would be 1, be consistent in your own way. If you've seen other videos on how you're supposed to grow as a VTuber, they're all going to say consistency is key. You need to be posting a short every day, and you need to be going live every day at this specific time. This just isn't possible for everyone. I work a full-time job. That isn't viable for me unless I want to work myself down to the bone. So be consistent in your own way. For me, I find that streaming every weekend, and then also fitting in more streams during the week whenever I'm feeling it, as well as posting one short a week. Do not work yourself down to the bone. This is meant to be something you're having fun with. My second takeaway is to make friends and connections. This has been my biggest motivating factor for me to keep going. Having these friends with the shared common interest as you leaves you wanting to create more and trying to grow. I want to grow and create, and I want to bring my friends with me, and I truly hope they believe that. They've been this greatest factor in what's keeping me going and what keeps me pumping out streams every week. My third and final takeaway is that growth can be slow. Do not let that discourage you. Just because you don't instantly skyrocket doesn't mean that you don't have potential. I believe if you keep grinding at it, and if you really, really want to make it, you will get there. It just takes time. Now, if you've made it here in the video, I just want to say thank you. I feel like I've made it so far, but there's still such greater heights I have to reach. I hope you all want to come along with me. If you found this video helpful to you at all, I truly am grateful and wish you all the best wishes on your personal journey and growth. And with that, I hope to see you all again, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day.